Revenge on school bully. I locked him in the locker room for half an hour and nobody knew it was me. Freshman year of high school, I met this kid named Ryan. At first, we actually got along pretty well. We had this little group of nerdy kids who all hung out together at lunch and played video games after school. Everything was normal until one day in the playground, Ryan thought it would be hilarious to ride me like a horse. I'm not kidding. He literally tried to climb on my back in front of everyone. I told him to stop and tried to push him off, but he was laughing so hard he wouldn't listen. He shoved me down onto my hands and knees and climbed on my back like I was some kind of animal. Everyone was watching. Some kids were laughing, some looked uncomfortable, but nobody stepped in to help me. Ryan kept yelling things like "giddy up" and slapping my shoulder while I tried to get him off. I finally managed to throw him off and ran straight to the nearest teacher. I told her exactly what happened. She took it seriously and called Ryan to the office. They did this whole investigation thing, talked to witnesses, the works, and you know what they decided? Child things. That's what they called it. Just boys being boys. Ryan got a warning and that was it. But Ryan didn't forget that I told on him. He thought the whole horse thing was just a friendly joke between friends. So now he hated me for snitching. From that day on, he made it his mission to destroy whatever confidence I had left. He'd mock me in front of our friend group, call me snitch and rat whenever he saw me in the hallway, make jokes about how I couldn't take a joke. I'd been bullied in elementary school, so I thought I could handle it. Just ignore him, and eventually he'd get bored. My other classmates started defending me and trying to pick fights with Ryan, but I knew they didn't actually care about me. They just wanted an excuse to fight someone. So I kept my head down and tried to wait it out. Then one day during PE class, I had to go back to the locker room to grab something I forgot. The locker room had these two shower stalls that were closed off with walls, but the walls didn't go all the way to the ceiling. You could throw something over if you really wanted to. And sitting right there on the bench was Ryan's backpack. Nobody else was in the room. I looked at that backpack, looked at the shower wall, and made a split-second decision. I grabbed his bag and threw it over the wall into the locked shower stall. When PE ended, everyone headed back to change. I watched Ryan search frantically for his backpack. He was checking under benches, in other people's lockers, getting more and more panicked. The rest of us left for our next class while he was still searching. He showed up like 20 minutes late, red-faced and angry. He stood in the doorway and announced to the whole class that whoever took his bag was going to regret it and the teachers were looking for the person who did it. But nobody had seen me do it. There was no proof. Ryan kept insulting me after that, kept calling me names and making my life miserable. So a few weeks later during another PE class, I saw my chance for round 2. The locker room doors don't have handles on the inside. You need a key to open them from either side. It's a weird design, but that's how they built it. During class, I noticed Ryan was the only person still in the locker room getting changed. Everyone else was already out on the field. I walked past the door and with one quick movement, I pulled it shut. Click. Locked. I heard Ryan try the handle immediately, but by then I was already halfway across the gym. PE class continued like normal. After about 15 minutes, I could hear faint knocking coming from inside, but the gym was loud with basketballs bouncing and kids yelling, so nobody else seemed to notice. The teacher definitely didn't hear it. 30 minutes into class, the teacher finally did a head count and realized Ryan was missing. She went to check the locker room and found the door locked. She had to get her keys and unlock it. Ryan came stumbling out absolutely drenched in sweat. The locker room had no windows and it was like 90 degrees that day. He looked around at everyone with this expression of pure rage. His eyes landed on me and I could tell he knew. He knew it was me. But once again, he had no proof. And when he tried to complain, some of the other kids who didn't like him started making jokes and covering for me. Ryan kept messing with me after that, but it was definitely less than before. He seemed more cautious, like he knew I could retaliate in ways he couldn't predict or prove. The other kids in our grade started avoiding him too once they saw how he treated people. By senior year, Ryan had 0 friends. He ate lunch alone, walked the halls alone. Nobody wanted anything to do with him. The day he graduated and left our school was honestly one of the best days of my life. Never saw him again after that.